Hi students, today let's discuss regarding malaria. The definition of malaria, it is a protozoan disease which is caused by the infection with parasite of genus Plasmodium, and it is transmitted to man by certain species of infected female Anopheles mosquito. So it is basically a protozoan disease and it can be transmitted from one person to another through the vector method. Regarding the incidence, in 2018, there were an estimated to 28 million cases of malaria worldwide. So, നമുക്ക് ഇൻസിഡൻസ് കാണുമ്പോൾ അറിയാം എന്തുമാത്രം സീരിയസ് ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യേണ്ട ഒരു ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻ ആണ് മലേറിയ എന്നുള്ളത്. ഓക്കെ. So the WHO African region carries a disproportionately high share of the global malaria burden. In 2018, the region was home to 93% of malaria cases and 94% of malaria deaths. So it is very, very important disease which needs to be controlled. Regarding the epidemiological factors, the agent factor is Plasmodium, and it will be having a four group like Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium malariae. Okay. Regarding the reservoir of infection, chimpanzees of African are expected to carry the infection of Plasmodium group of malaria. Okay. Then period of their communicability, it is viable to circulation and insufficient number of gametocytes. And regarding the host factor, it can be affected at all age groups, and when considering regarding the sex, it will be affected more in males. And occupation, rural disease, it is when comparing with that of urban population, the rural people are at higher risk for getting infection. And regarding the environmental factors, season, it's seasonal in India in month of July to November. That is a higher most risky season in which the person will get infection with this kind of organism. Then temperature, the favorable temperature for this Plasmodium vivax is between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. And the altitude, female Anopheles mosquito cannot grow at more than 2,500 meters. Then if it can be seen in higher amount in the man-made habits like dams, garden, irrigation channels, etc. So it is more favorable condition for the Anopheles mosquito. So through this, infections can be transmitted. And regarding the types, malaria is of the organisms will be having a four kind, that is Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, and Plasmodium malariae, and Plasmodium falciparum. Then Plasmodium vivax, it is the most common form of organism, is widely spread, and 60% of infection can be caused by this group of organism. Okay, then regarding the Plasmodium ovale, among the other groups, it will be having a least priority or rare of all the other types, and mainly it can be found in the region like Liberia or Nigeria. Then regarding the Plasmodium malariae, it can be seen or it can be cause malaria in the rate of less than 1% in India. Then regarding the Plasmodium falciparum, it is most infectious and death causes. It mainly causes the most serious form of malaria and death. Regarding the transmission, it is a vector transmission because it can be transmitted from one person to another through the Anopheles mosquito. So it can be considered as a vector-borne infection. Then direct transmission, it may be induced accidentally by hypodermic IM and IV injections of blood or blood products. Like if the person is infected with a malaria through this blood transfusion, if the person is giving blood to another person, these infections can be transmitted, but it's very, very rare kind of transmission. Then congenital transmission, if the mother is infected with malaria parasite, this kind of infections can be transmitted from mother to newborn. Then regarding the causes, infected female Anopheles mosquito is one of the major causes for getting malaria. Then if a person receives infected blood, okay, this is infected blood, then infected mother can transmit to their newborn. Then human habits like dam, irrigation field, etc. Then engineering projects like hydroelectric dam, then favorable environment like temperature within 20 to 30 degrees Celsius and altitude. Okay. Then regarding the pathophysiology, due to the etiological factors, first of all, Plasmodium sporocytes are injected by the bites of Anopheles mosquito. So this kind of mosquito bite can be transmitted this infection to the human who is susceptible. Then formation of cyst-like containing merozoites in the human body. Then it will release merocytes. Then it will invade the erythrocytes and feed on the HB. Then develop clinical manifestation. These all about the pathophysiology. Then regarding the clinical manifestations, malaria will be having a stage of cold stage, hot stage and sweating stage. In the cold stage, patient will be having a headache, chill, nausea and it will be having shorter duration. So it will lead up to 1 hour. Then fever, skin feels cool and later became hot. Then last for 1 hour. So the total duration of cold stage will be 1 hour. Then hot stage. In this stage, patient feels burning sensations and decreased pulse as well as increased respiration and severe headache, and the total duration of hot stage will be of between 2 to 3 hours. Then regarding the sweating stage, fever comes down with profuse sweating and skin is cool and moist. Then regarding the diagnostic evaluation, we can collect the history from the patient. And then we can collect the environmental sanitation of the patient and we can find out whether the patient had exposed to any kind of mosquito bites or not. Okay, then history and physical examination, we can assess for any kind of fever, headache, and other kind of investigations through the physical examination. Then blood investigation, needing the malarial smear. So it is a common method diagnostic test we can use to diagnose malaria. In that we can perform a smear test which can be taken from 6 to 12 hour intervals, and through this under the microscopic examination we can identify this parasite. Then regarding the management, first is medical management. In that, early detection and prompt treatment. If you find out this disease condition at the early stage, you can manage the condition as well as we can improve the prognosis too. Okay. Then chemical control, we can use some kind of insecticides or DDT, kerosene. We can control the spread of mosquitoes or the growth of mosquitoes. The biological control and personal prophylactic measures like ointment. We can apply some mosquito repellents, ointments, sprays, etc. to prevent the or protect the person from the bite of mosquito. And health education. We can provide health education to the community regarding the incidents or regarding the mode of transmission of this infection and how we can prevent this spread. Then we can take some medicines like chloroquine. It has to be taken at the dose of 600 mg after 6 hours followed by 300 mg. Then primaquine, it can be used as a preventive drug. The dosage will be 15 milligrams and the duration can be up to 14 days. Then ACT, that is Ertacin combination therapy. It is if the malaria is having a resistant group or if the infection is very severe, it can be managed with ACT. Then regarding the complications, severe complications like anemia, because it mainly affects the hemoglobin level, so it will cause anemia, splenomegaly, hepatomegaly, and renal complications. So at the end stage of malaria, it can be leading to a multi-organ system failure condition. Then regarding the nursing management, we have to first and foremost closely monitor the patient because they are at high risk for developing complications like liver damage and renal complications. We have to observe the patient carefully and monitor the intake and output chart, because if the person is having any kind of renal damage, it can be noted through the IO chart. Then serum bilirubin, BUN, creatinine level. It is mainly to rule out any kind of liver as well as renal complications. Then provide tepid sponge and apply ice caps to relieve the fever. Then check vital signs to monitor any kind of hypertension or not. Encourage to take plenty of water because dehydrations can be developed. So to prevent this kind of dehydration, we should advise the patient to take plenty of water if their renal function is adequate. Watch for neurologic toxicity because severe administration or prolonged administration of chloroquine components can be leading to a neurological complications. So we have to monitor the such kind of findings. Then advise the patient to take rest for 1 to 2 hours after taking drug because it can cause some kind of hypotension or dizziness. So we should advise the patient to take a rest. Then prevention, how we can prevent this condition. Don't allow water to remain stagnant. We should prevent all the situations in which mosquito spread can be stopped, like if it can be prevented by proper covering of the water container. Then keep the water container tightly covered, use mosquito repellent sprays and creams and oils. It will be help the person to get protection from the bite of the mosquitoes, and wear clothes which cover the body as much as possible. Then keep the surroundings clean. Personal as well as environmental hygiene is very, very important to control this kind of contagious disease. Okay, so in this class we have dealt regarding what is malaria. It is a kind of parasite disease. It can be transmitted from mosquito bite from one person to another. And regarding, we had seen regarding the stages of clinical manifestation, isn't it? Hot stage, cold stage, sweating stage, etc. And regarding the complications as well as the medical and nursing management. So the early management is, first of all, we have to identify the disease at the early stage and we have to manage it properly. Okay, so please go through these notes. If you have any doubt, you can contact me at any time. Okay, thank you.